The following is a presentation of Flow Sports.
Oh, look at the beautiful downtown Dallas skyline about 15 miles outside of Arlington, where we are for the Amegy Bank College Baseball Series. On day one, the third and final game of the day is on deck. And coming up, ACC versus the SEC's Virginia Tech, and the Hokies take on the Texas A&M Aggies, ranked 23rd of the country. Earlier today, Mississippi State, winners over Arizona State, and top-ranked UCLA took down number 20 Tennessee. Now ready for the third and final game of the triple header alongside Greg Swindell, Linebrain Freeman. Glad to have you with us here on FloCollege. And you look at Virginia Tech, and the Hokies have been one of the early surprises out of the ACC. They're out to an 8-1 start, but taking on Texas A&M, and the Aggies, one of 11 unbeatens left in the country. This should make for a fun matchup tonight.
It should. I mean, Virginia Tech, they've been battling some weather up in Blacksburg. They've had to deal with that, but off of one of their best starts since 2022, record-wise through 8 games, 7-1. And on the other side, Texas A&M, a lot better than their number 23 ranking, in my opinion. Up and down the lineup, they can hit. The starting rotation has been throwing a lot of strikes. They don't walk many. A very good team are the Texas A&M Aggies.
Another 6-team field here in Arlington this week. The fan base, the closest commute from College Station to Arlington. We expect Aggie Nation to be out in full force here tonight.
Oh, yeah, there'll be bubbles. There'll be bubbles out there somewhere tonight. Texas A&M fans always show up. And from the looks of it right now, they're here already.
Let's talk a little bit more about the Hokies, starting with their lineup, presented by Amegy Bank for head coach John Szefc. And you look at batters 1 through 9 today. Sam Grube, Owen Petrich, Ethan Ball, top third of the order for Tech. And the middle third of the lineup, Henry Cook, Hudson Luderman, and Nick Licurdo. Bottom third for Tech, Sam Gates, Pete Daniel, and Trayson Hughes. The lineup tonight for Virginia Tech. And the Hokies, again, out to an impressive start this season. And they come into the game with only one loss, 7-1 of the year. When Tech takes the field defensively, we'll see them take the field in the bottom of the inning, but this is how they look. Licurdo, Hughes, Gates in the outfield for Tech. Petrich, Daniel, Ball, Grube in the infield, the catcher Henry Cook. But we'll see A&M's defense first here in the top of the first inning. And Jake Dewar out in left field, Caden Sorrell in center, and Terrence Keel the second and right for Texas A&M. Around the horn for the Aggies, Nico Pardita at third, Boston Kellner at short, Travis Chestnut at shortstop. The catcher, Bear Harrison, a great baseball name. But I do want to point out here, Zeke, Gravin Grohovac at first base. Grohovac 2 years ago was one of the top hitters all of college baseball. Injured a season ago, the Aggies were missing a huge part of their lineup last season.
Well, after 6 games. He played 6 games last year, and then all of a sudden you kind of saw a decline a little bit. Jace Levitt also got injured last year, so they had to play through a lot. But Gavin Grohovac, when he went down, the team kind of struggled to find an identity, and it kind of snowballed throughout the season.
And getting their Friday night start in Arlington for Texas A&M and head coach Mike Early, Shane Sadeo. Impressive numbers, 2 starts into the season, sub-3 ERA. But the most impressive number, that last one, no walks so far this year.
Yeah, this Texas A&M pitching staff, starting staff as a whole, 81 strikeouts, only 9 walks as a staff. Shane Sadeo not wanting to add to that. Has a 0 up there, 1-0 on the season with 12 strikeouts. Very talented left-hander who did not pitch at all last season, and now in the Friday night role for the Aggies.
And he himself injured a year ago for Texas A&M. Starts against Tennessee Tech and Penn. Shut out the Quakers across 7 innings last week and struck out 7. Again, the Aggies wound up winning in walk-off fashion 1-0 at Bluebell Park. And getting in his final warm-up pitches. And you mentioned A&M's pitching staff and that strikeout to walk ratio, a 9-1. It is the best in the country. Staff ERA of 2.70, 13th lowest in Division I.
Well, they went through a weekend last weekend against Penn and didn't walk a batter. I mean, that's 27 innings in a series. They went through a stretch this year of, I believe, over 40 innings without walking a batter. So it's not just one Friday guy or Saturday guy. It's an entire staff for Texas A&M.
Well, here we are, Globe Life Field. Yes, home of the Texas Rangers, but also the unofficial home of college baseball. College baseball has been played here since 2021. These opening weekend tournaments included the Shriners Children's College Showdown and this Amegy Bank College Baseball Series. On top of that, the annual Big 12 Conference tournaments. All told, more than 100 college games played here, and fans will turn out. Got a good showing here tonight for these two fan bases. Saw it a couple of weeks ago when Arkansas's fans brought in more than 20,000 here to the ballpark on opening weekend.
They travel well, don't they?
Yes, they do.
It's a great venue. It's a big venue here at Globe Life, and the fans like it. It's a great college atmosphere, and you guys have been doing games here for almost the entire month, haven't you?
Yeah, we really have. Pretty much buying real estate here in Arlington these days. As we take a look at Sam Grube leading off here for Virginia Tech. The Hokies, again, only one loss on the year. Kind of a head-scratching run rule defeat against Rutgers, 16-1. They ended up winning that series, though, over the Scarlet Knights. Swept opening weekend against William & Mary. Midweek wins over Eastern Tennessee and JMU on the road out of the Sun Belt earlier this week. And they've won a lot of nail-biters, too. Of the 7 wins for the Hokies, 4 of them by 2 runs or less.
They've had to come from behind in 6 of their wins this season. Right there, you saw first pitch fastball, second pitch slider. That's what Cedillo will have. He's got the fastball slider changeup. Jumps out ahead here, the 1-2. But a really good fastball, 91 to 95. Slider changeup, not afraid to throw any of those pitches at any time.
A ball and 2 strikes to Grube. Able to lay off, and the count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. On the ground to the right side, charging in Grahovac. He'll flip it to the pitcher covering Cedillo, and able to beat Grube to the bag for the game's first out.
Yeah, that's a game, a play you work on almost every day in practice. It's that in-betweener. You saw Cedillo not really sure, should I go get it? Should I go to first? And then Grahovac called him off. And fortunately, you see the little hesitation right there, and then picks it up and made it a close play down at first.
Slide in there and beat him to the bag, but Cedillo got there. Now it's Owen Petrich for the Hokies. And takes a strike at a fastball to 93. In his first year with this Hokies program, Owen Petrich, 2 years at St. Joe's before that. Now a fly ball hit out to center. Here's Caden Sorrell. Routine play, and he makes it for out number 2.
A lot of ground to cover here at Globe Life Field in the outfield. That one pretty much can of corn. Didn't have to move much to his left. 2 quick outs here for Cedillo.
It is a ballpark that Michael Early loves playing in. A&M head coach. Last time the Aggies played here was that World Series team of 2024. They went 3-0 that weekend. You know, a team that went away from a national title. Heartbreak for the Aggies then in Omaha. A down year a year ago, but out to a great start this season. Pitching a big reason why. Offensively, though, they're pretty good, too. We'll talk more about that in the bottom of the inning. A&M's pitching last week against Penn. 29 innings and did not give up a free pass. No walks, no hit batters.
That's right. I said 27, but they went extras in one of those
They did,
games.
yes.
29 without a walk.
That ball hit pretty well towards the gap in left center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Ethan Ball with a 2-out double for Virginia Tech off of Shane Cedillo.
Very talented freshman is Ethan Ball. Was he lefty on lefty? Not easy. Just stayed right in there, kept the head down, and really drove that ball over Jake Dewar. He didn't have much time to get to it. Just play it off the wall and get it back to the infield.
And so Vatek has his first base runner, brings up the catcher Henry Cook, batting cleanup today for Virginia Tech. Ball rolls away from Harrison, and 90 more feet for Ball. Over to third now for the Hokies.
Be interesting what they call this. Hitting the glove of Bear Harrison, just slid right under.
One and 0 to Cook. Count runs to 2 balls and no strikes now. Ranked as one of the top catchers in the country. Takes a 2-0 strike on the slider. Runs the count to 2-1. Out to a tough start of the plate though. So far Cook 2 for 27.
I just bet no 74, but that was some respect right there. A 2-0 slider for a strike.
That's out of play. Counts 2-2. 4th year playing in Blacksburg. 277 a year ago for the Hokies, a career 271 hitter. Does have 16 career home runs. Yet to go yard this year. Swing and a miss. There's a breaking ball again. Cedeo's first strikeout. Able to work around the 2-out double hit by Ethan Ball. Aggies coming to bat for the first time after this. You're watching the Amegy Bank College Baseball Series on FloCollege.
The Whataburger Monterey Melt is back? You've got some nerve showing up here again, looking all delicious with your fresh all-beef patties, melty cheeses, grilled peppers and onions, and jalapeno ranch. When I want you, you're nowhere to be found. And now you're back? Aw, get in here. We just missed you, that's all. The Whataburger Monterey Melt is back and harder to resist than ever. Download the app. What a burger!
Bowman Engineering and Consulting and their dedicated Amegy business banker worked together to put the us in business banking, which included the occasional lunch meeting. Now it's your turn with your own dedicated Amegy business banker with banking experience in your industry. Because you're more than a customer, we're more than a bank, and together we'll help put your business on solid financial footing. With comprehensive financing options, earned interest on your accounts, and yes, planning sessions whenever you need them. Here, we collaborate. Here, you grow.
At Globe Life, we have policies for almost everybody.
Welders?
Yes.
Farmers?
Yes.
Rodeo clowns?
No, we don't cover rodeo clowns.
Construction workers?
Yes.
Electricians?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Not rodeo clowns.
Factory workers?
Yes.
Chefs?
Yes.
Birthday clowns?
Yes.
Ah, come on!
Globe Life Insurance. Affordable coverage for almost everyone.
A look at the Aggies lineup presented by Amegy Bank. Grohovac at the top of the order for head coach Michael Early, followed by Caden Sorrell and Chris Hakopian. In the DH spot tonight for the Aggies, Jake Dewar, Nico Pardita, Terrence Keel. Middle third of the order for A&M, Boston Kellner, Travis Chestnut, and Bear Harrison. Round out the lineup tonight for Texas A&M. And they are facing Brett Renfroe on the mound for Virginia Tech.
The right-hander making his 3rd start of the season. We talked about the weather. Might have something to do with just the 5 innings pitched in the 2 starts, but also 9 strikeouts has yet to yield a walk as well.
And facing Grohovac, first pitch is in there for a strike, a fastball, a 95 from Renfroe. Renfroe, one of the top prospects in the ACC, as that pitch misses high, was invited to Team USA's training camp this past year. A top 30 college prospect overall for the upcoming drafts. Pumps it a strike against Grohovac, runs the count to 1-2.
Also was invited in 2024, where he was teammates with the man in the box right now, Grohovac.
1-2 from Renfroe. Fastball misses in. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. A&M last week, a couple of walk-off wins against Penn, 1-0 and 2-1. Won the finale on Sunday, 7-1. And then in the midweek game, went off against Lamar, beat the Cardinals in College Station 25-5.
A lot of runs scored right there.
Yeah. Well, the Aggies have just made a habit over the years of beating up teams in midweek games at Bluebell Park.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do, right? I mean, Tuesday games, normally you're supposed to, we used to be back in the day, you pad your stats on Tuesdays, midweek games, and that's what the Aggies did last Tuesday.
Fly ball to right, and Gates has got it for the first out in the bottom of the first inning. Nobody on, one down, and that'll bring up Caden Sorrell for Texas A&M. Coming into the day, 11 unbeatens left in college baseball for them, calling the SEC home. Mississippi State, one of those unbeatens. They won today. They're 10-0. That's fouled away, 0-1. The Bulldogs, longtime rivals, Ole Miss, also unbeaten. The Aggies and their rivals, Texas, unbeaten on the year.
Texas undefeated.
Oh, yeah, right. I think Greg might know that.
Oh, this guy right here, I know a little bit about Caden Sorrell. Wow, 429, 5 RBIs. Got hurt one game, did not make a start, but the top 3 in this order are pretty solid. I mean, the whole order is solid for the Aggies, but the top 3 are, I believe, in the top 30 in being drafted this year. So that's pretty good. 1, 2, 3 in your lineup.
Did he go around? And no, says Shaler Smith at third. Opening day, Sorrell homered twice against Tennessee Tech. Next day, homered again. Drove in 10 runs opening weekend for the Aggies as it blew the doors off Tennessee Tech. 1-2, and the inner half, it's in there for a strike. Renfroe got him looking on a slider, and now 2 outs.
A lot of times that down and in to the lefty is their wheelhouse, but that one had just enough bend on it. You could see Sorrell just not buckle, but just give up on it, and it stayed right on the plate. Excellent pitch. And
now Chris Hakopian, transfer to the program from Maryland. Big numbers last year with the Terrapins. Homered 14 times at 375. Named second team All Big Ten. This is only his 3rd game, though, with the Aggies. Played twice opening weekend, hasn't played since. That ball hit well. Left field, deep at the wall, and it is way gone. Chris Hakopian, his first homer as an Aggie, and it's 1-0 Texas A&M.
Sit out a few games, and what do you do your first time back up? Chris Hakopian right there just hammered that ball 424 feet to left center, giving the Aggies the 1-0 lead. Welcome back, Chris Hakopian.
A&M 5th nationally in home runs to the first 2+ weeks of the year. That's their 19th. And Hakopian did not miss.
Got under that one, had some backspin on it. That ball carried.
A few rows into the first deck there. This ball popped up by Dewar. And behind the Hokies dugout, snowballs to the strike. In terms of the long ball, in game 2 of the day, UCLA got very home run happy. 5 homers and then went over Tennessee. Will Gasparino, the former Texas Longhorn, went deep twice.
And they weren't cheap. They were way back.
Yeah, he got his money's worth.
Well, he proved why they're #1 team in the nation in that game earlier. He came out swinging. You saw some good pitching. Shaky at times out of the bullpen, but they were to hold on and really dominate that game.
Dewar. Little fly ball to center, and a diving catch made by Trayson Hughes, robbing Dewar of a double, and the Hokies flashing some leather in the outfield in the inning. So Trayson Hughes putting on a Superman cape and makes a heroic play to end the frame. And on this play, we go to the seconds. Aggies get a homer from Hakopian. They lead 1-0 here on FloCollege. We're back after this from Globe Life Field in Arlington.
The appetite for destruction returns. Guns N' Roses World Tour 2026. One night. Globe Life Field, September 9th. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com.
We've seen touchdowns, and we've seen home runs, but Arlington has never seen speed like this. A stampede of drivers who fear nothing and no one. Crowds that match the volume of 700 horsepower. A spectacle built between two of the most iconic stadiums on Earth.
How cool.
This ain't our first rodeo, but it might be our fastest.
At Shriners Children's, we're home to the world's leading pediatric orthopedic care. Because so many life-changing advancements start here. We provide access to the best doctors and never allow your ability to pay for services to compromise the care your child needs. We're the first place to turn for the most common or complex orthopedic conditions. Home to possibility and empowering kids to achieve the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
And welcome back. 1-0. Aggies on top as we go to the second inning. Brent Freeman alongside Greg Swindell. And joining us now from the dugout is Aggies head coach Michael Early. And Coach, looking back at your first year at College Station a year ago as the head coach of the program, what did you take away from that, and how's this first couple of weeks gone for you this season?
Too many takeaways to let you know them all, but I just tell you this, I love coaching baseball. I love to win. I don't like to lose, and I love being around these guys, man. So definitely a lot of stuff in the first year, but this new year, new team, and we got a great group.
Coach, it's fun to be full throttle, huh? Got Chris Hakopian just came right back where he left off and was out a few games, but he really hammered that ball.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal player, man. He brings, I think the talent is evident, but he brings an edge. Like he's that unique, high-profile prospect that's just a dirt bag grinder, whatever you want to call him. But he's a really tough kid, and we're glad to have him on our team.
And Coach, starting for you tonight, Shane Sadeo has looked great in his first two starts. What do you see from him in the first inning, and what makes him so effective?
Yeah, when he's on, he's the ability to fill up the zone with 4 pitches. Fastball, cutter, slider, changeup. And when one's off, he's got another one to go to. But I think Shane too, again, all the stuff, but high-level competitor who throws a lot of strikes.
Coach, last one for me. How do you explain 47 and a third innings without a walk from a pitching staff? That's just impressive from a pitching staff.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I had no idea. No idea except for the fact that they were doing really well. So, JK walked the guy in like inning 48, so I had to have a long talk with him. But other than that, I think he's going to get him back on track.
Coach, thanks so much, and good luck the rest of the game.
Thanks, fellas.
Aggies head coach Michael Early joining us. As Aggies on top 1-0. Sadeo striking out Hudson Luderman to start the inning. Now facing Nick Licurdo here for Virginia Tech.
I wonder how bad he felt when he was the one walk in 47 and a third innings. I don't believe in broadcaster jinx, so if we get a walk tonight from the Aggie staff, it's not on us.
It's grounded foul, and the count 1-2 here to Licurdo. And again, the Aggies got that 2-out solo homer. And the first from Chris Hakopian. Hokies did get that great catch out in center from Trayson Hughes, though. That robbed Dewar of a base hit. His ground ball is handled to the left side by Kellner. Long throw in time to Grahovac for the second out.
Kellner, one of the 2 freshmen in the starting lineup for the Aggies. Very impressive. You got the shortstop and believe third baseman, both freshmen for the Aggies, just playing really good baseball.
Nobody on, 2 down. Sam Gates comes up now for Virginia Tech. Each team with a hit in the game, both coming with 2 outs, and that was certainly the story of the game between UCLA and Tennessee. Bruins essentially won that game with their 2-out hitting. Wound up putting 12 on the board in that win over the Volunteers. Number 1 team of the country, UCLA, now to a 7-2 start.
Well, they're good. You saw some power arms come out of the bullpen. Logan Redmond, a transfer in. Your Friday night guy. I mean, he throws the ball really well. They play clean baseball. Saw one error today late in the game, but for UCLA, put together good at bats, play good defense and pitch. I mean, they made it to Omaha last year, and they're looking to get back.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Gates. First-year transfer from George Washington. And the 2-2 from Sadeo, a swing and a miss. There's that slider again. His 3rd strikeout. 2 in the inning for Shane Sadeo. Pitching like an All-American tonight. And Sadeo wipes away Sam Gates with a breaking ball. Heading into the bottom of the 2nd, Aggies 1, Hokies nothing. You're watching the Amegy Bank College Baseball Series on FloCollege.
Every shot starts with belief. Something extraordinary can happen. Shriners Children's provides hope, healing, and the chance to dream big. They never allow the ability to pay to compromise the care children receive. Shriners Children's empowers the extraordinary, and you can too. Join me in supporting this life-changing cause and help provide the most amazing care anywhere.
The biggest weekend in rodeo is coming to Arlington, Texas. The American Rodeo Championship Weekend returns May 22nd and 23rd at Globe Life Field, with special live performances from 2-time Grammy-nominated Midland on Friday and country superstar Chris Young on Saturday. This is rodeo at its finest, and the only place to experience it is Globe Life Field. Don't wait. Tickets are on sale now at AmericanRodeo.com.
Winter, the only season you can't see a go-ahead home run. Can't witness a filthy strikeout.
Holy moly!
Can't even experience a walk-off.
That ball is history!
And you're reminded there really are only 2 seasons, winter and baseball.
How about that?
So how do you win your winter? You get ready for baseball. Single game tickets now on sale, all for Texas.
A look at the start of the year for Texas A&M, 8-0 through the first 2+ weeks. Second 8-0 start over the past 3 years. All 8 wins coming back at the friendly confines of Bluebell Park. 25 runs in the win over the Lamar Cardinals out of the Southland. Their most since 2020. You saw the home run total 2 for the Aggies through their first 8 games, blasting out 18 homers, making 19 now, as we saw a home run in the first inning from Chris Hakopian.
You got 15-6, 23-7, 25-5, and then Penn comes in town and takes you beat them 1-0 and 2-1 in extra innings. So doing what it takes to win, especially against a Penn team, but definitely hitting the ball out of the ballpark.
Nico Pardita grounds out to Daniel Short, 1 up and 1 down for Brett Renfro here in the 2nd inning, and that'll bring up Terrence Keel to 2nd. Well, yeah, you think about Texas A&M the season ago and the injuries they dealt with. Sadeo, Josh Stewart, 6 pitches into the year got hurt. Krahovac, 6 games into the season. Sorrell, all on the shelf last year for Texas A&M.
And not little names.
Right, yeah.
Big names on that team. But all healthy, most healthy now, and they're showing it. I mean, you got Harkopian back. Coaches Usually they won't make excuses, but when you lose players like that for a certain amount of time, it can hurt your ball team.
Well, how familiar is this name with Aggie fans? Terrence Keel. This is Terrence Keel II. His dad played football for the Aggies for R.C. Slocum, late 90s, early 2000s, and later went on to play in the NFL.
Pretty talented family right there.
Yeah. Looks at the fastball and looks at strike 3. 2 strikeouts for Renfroe. Both times Aggie hitters have gone down looking.
Now this one from Renfroe, you can see it right at the end. It started to come back, started outside and just came back a couple inches right on the outside part of the plate. Kill thought it was outside, but it's that late movement. You see it right there, came right back over the plate. Hitter gives up on it because it's outside and then it comes back.
Now Boston Kellner, nobody on and 2 out. Freshman player out of Chandler, Arizona. Opened up his Aggie career on a 6-game hitting streak. And he has reached it every game this season so far for the Aggies. Got his first career home run at the college level in a midweek win over A&M Corpus last Tuesday. Fouls it back and it's 1-2. Yeah, you talked about the schedule a bit, Greg, for A&M, and it's been Tennessee Tech, A&M Corpus, Penn, and Lamar. You know, this weekend it's a step up, no doubt about that. Virginia Tech on the schedule, along with UCLA and Arizona State. Huge matchup tomorrow against the Bruins. And we talked to Coach early about that. And, I mean, they play in the SEC, so they're used to the competition being stepped up.
Well, yeah. I mean, SEC, what? You say 4 of the teams that are undefeated this year at this point. And for the Aggies, I mean, both Aggies and the Hokies, they start conference play. Hokies start next week, next weekend. Aggies in a couple weeks. So this is a great tune-up for that part. And you're starting to get your obviously the Aggies have the rotation going 1, 2, and 3. They have all season. So, but you get to know where you can bring guys in games out of the bullpen. Who, if you need a pinch hitter, you get this guy. That's what these games are for. That lead up to conference. But for the Aggies and the Hokies, I mean, it's getting on you quick. ACC and SEC, you can't relax. There's no relaxing on a weekend.
The first 2 weekends here in Arlington, SEC teams have won the weekend. Oklahoma came here opening weekend, won all 3 games. Auburn last week, lone SEC rep, won all 3 games. This weekend, half the field is the SEC.
I mean, why wouldn't you want to play one of the best conferences in the country? And they do a great job of bringing them in to these tournaments in Arlington.
Well, a fastball that nearly took off the head of Kellner. And he will gladly take a walk and not a hit by pitch there. He's on with 2 outs, extends the inning, and brings up Travis Chestnut.
Gets away from Renfroe. Scary, though, when it's up around that helmet.
And now Chestnut. Past 2 years playing Division II baseball at St. Edwards. Or last year, rather, at St. Ed's. And a balk is called. That will award Kellner second base.
Got him over there with 2 outs. Chestnut's job. Try to make that balk hurt right here. 2 outs, runner on second.
Yeah, Chestnut, 2 years at Texas A&M, then went to St. Ed's, and now back in College Station this year. Fouled back, 1 ball, 1 strike.
See what Renfroe does right here. You see the first base umpire kind of give you two nods over there. I guess normally he doesn't do 2 nods. Let's watch him right here and see if he just goes straight to the glove without bouncing twice. Yeah, he just came upset. So the last time he changed it up a little bit.
Swing and a miss. 1-2 to Chestnut.
Very alert is Ramon Armendaris over there, first base umpire.
Big 12 crew this weekend, as it has been all 3 weekends here in Arlington to open up the year. 1-2 to Chestnut. A throwback to second. So that's a great job by Ball, and Ball able to apply the tag, and they picked him off.
I was looking. He was getting a bigger lead. And Ethan Ball recognized as well. Throw a little offline, but a great tag there by Ball to get the runner and get out of the inning for Virginia Tech.
There's a big deal going on at Whataburger, like the new Big Ranch Wrap, a crispy chicken strip, buttermilk ranch, cheese, and fresh veggies in a warm tortilla. Or go bigger with 5 premium Whata chicken bites. Or go bigger than big with our Bacon Cheese Whataburger Jr. with fresh 100% beef and melty cheese. Make it even bigger with fries and a drink for a little more. Now that's a big deal. The Whata deal, now at What a Burger. Download the app.
Naylor Industries and their dedicated Amegy business banker work together to put the us in business banking, focusing on their business needs with lightning speed. Now it's your turn with your own dedicated Amegy business banker with banking experience in your industry. Because you're more than a customer, we're more than a bank, and together we'll help put your business on solid financial footing with comprehensive financing options, earned interest on your accounts, and yes, a banking partner who is just as invested in your growth as you are. Here we collaborate. Here you grow.
Forrest Frank, the Jesus Generation Tour. Live in a 360 in the round experience. With special guests Tori Kelly, Corey Asbury, plus the Figs. On sale now at forrestfrank.com. Don't miss the Jesus Generation Tour with Forrest Frank.
Jesus is coming back.
Produced by TPR.
And welcome back to Globe Life Field. Texas A&M on top 1-0 as we head to the top of the third. Brant Freeman alongside Greg Swindell. We're now joined by Hokies head coach John Szefc. And coach, coming into this game out to a 7-1 start, what have you liked the most about your team in the first 2+ weeks of the year?
Well, it's first off, I mean, 6 of our 7 victories we've had to come from behind and kind of battle back. We had a tough series at Rutgers. They were they gave us all we had right there, and it was just good for our guys to have to play close games and be in tight situations.
Yeah, Coach, conference play gets on you quick next weekend. What a better way to tune up and coming here to Arlington and facing 3 top-ranked teams.
No doubt about it. I mean, if you want to put yourself on a national map, and if you want to be ready and play deep into the postseason, it starts by playing people like this and venues like this, and that's what we're doing. That's what we're here to do.
Coach, we've been talking a lot about the conferences being represented this weekend. Talking more about yours, the ACC. You've been in it since 2013, going back your time at Maryland.
That's
Just
right.
how much has it improved over the past 13 years?
I think it's improved dramatically. The arms are better. The lineups are older. I mean, a lot of that obviously has to do with the transfer portal. For the better, for the worse, whatever you want to say. But it's the facilities are better. The resources are better. And now the rosters are smaller, so you have to be very selective with who goes on that 34-man roster, and it's quite different than what it was in the spring of 2013 when I was in College Park, for sure.
Coach, it had to be pretty good to get down here to feel some 80-degree weather in Texas.
I tell you what, boy, on Tuesday when I was in Harrisburg, I was freezing what off, and this is the first time I haven't put tights on in the last 3 months, so I feel pretty good about that, so.
Coach, thank you so much. Good luck the rest of the game.
Thanks, guys.
The Aggies turn 2 to end the third inning. After the base hit from Christian Hughes, Sam Groom grounds into a 4-6-3 double play. Heading into the bottom of the third, still 1-0 Aggies.
Woodcraft and their dedicated Amegy business banker work together to put the us in business banking, creating a long-lasting relationship with open and quick communication. Now it's your turn with your own dedicated Amegy business banker with banking experience in your industry. Because you're more than a customer. We're more than a bank, and together we'll work to help put your business on solid financial footing with comprehensive financing options, earned interest on your accounts, and yes, the support you need to reach your business goals faster. Here we collaborate. Here you grow.
Every at-bat.
That one is gone!
Every pitch.
Got him swinging!
Every angle.
He will score, and the Rangers are in front!
From pregame to postgame. From the truck to the booth.
I hope you're fired up at home, sitting on the couch, watching your favorite baseball team.
It all starts here. Rangers Sports Network, the official home of Rangers Baseball.
The Rangers Foundation is really proud to support our community where they need us and when they need us. Crowds are bigger each year, and we're able to bring our donors in, and with the silent and live auction, we've raised almost $9 million to give back to our community.
Every year I come and support our organization. That's what we do best, helping the community.
And welcome back to Globe Life Field. Now, the last play at the top of the inning was what we thought was a 4-6-3 double play. However, this play is under review. Currently, it was a very close play at first. And you see Sam Groom still standing at first base. Coach Szefc and the Hokies believe that Groom might be safe, and so they're taking a look at it.
To look at the monitors underneath in the tunnel, and you take a look at it right here, I think we might have a reverse. The ball was not secured in the glove, and the foot was on the base. Right there, you can still see baseball outside the glove. This might be overturned.
Call to field was that Groom was out at first. And again, we'll see if it stands. The crew today, Blake Felix behind the plate. Ramon Almendarez at first. He was the one that had that balk call back in the second inning. Joshua Shepis at second and Shaler Smith at third. And here it is again. And let's see, that right foot doesn't get down before the ball gets into Grahovac's glove. So close.
From that angle, it looks like a tie. And when growing up, tie goes the runner.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like that anymore with replay. From that angle, I would call him the play stands. From the other angle, I'm saying it's overturned. It's a tough one.
Now the crew's getting looks at all kinds of angles right now beyond this one. And here's the call coming up on the field. Overturned. So this inning not over yet for the Hokies. Group reaching at a fielder's choice. And now there's 2 outs.
Hustling, getting down the line. It was, extremely close. We saw it in slow motion on our monitors, and then from one angle it looked good and one angle looked bad for the Hokies, but went in their favor.
Here's Owen Petrich now, as inning extends to him with 2 outs. He's got some power. 15 homers at St. Joe's last year, 11 the year before that. And has homered 1 so far for Vatek. This pitch is swing and a miss. Got a slider that Petrich unable to get around on. 3 strikeouts so far for Shane Sadeo. And this ball is popped up, should end the inning this time. Behind the plate, Harrison makes a catch, and that is out number 3. Now we head to the bottom of the third. Texas A&M 1, Virginia Tech 5-0. Third and final game of the day. And the Aggies are on top of the Hokies here in Arlington.
Woodcraft and their dedicated Amegy business banker work together to put the us in business banking, creating a long-lasting relationship with open and quick communication. Now it's your turn with your own dedicated Amegy business banker with banking experience in your industry. Because you're more than a customer. We're more than a bank, and together we'll work to help put your business on solid financial footing with comprehensive financing options, earned interest on your accounts, and yes, the support you need to reach your business goals faster. Here we collaborate. Here you grow.
Every at-bat.
That one is gone!
Every pitch.
Got him swinging!
Every angle.
He will score, and the Rangers are in front!
From pregame to postgame. From the truck to the booth.
I hope you're fired up at home, sitting on the couch, watching your favorite baseball team.
It all starts here. Rangers Sports Network, the official home of Rangers Baseball.
The Rangers Foundation is really proud to support our community where they need us and when they need us. Crowds are bigger each year, and we're able to bring our donors in, and with the silent and live auction, we've raised almost $9 million to give back to our community.
Every year I come and support our organization. That's what we do best, helping the community.
Virginia Tech coming into the weekend a record of 7-1, sweeping opening weekend against William and Mary, and also got a midweek win over East Tennessee, and then a gritty series win over Rutgers last week in Blacksburg. Another midweek win over JMU on the road, defeating the Dukes out of the Sun Belt Conference. Trailing in this game 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the third.
You heard Coach Szefc saying 6 of their wins have come from behind. Well, their last 3 wins have been by 1 run. So playing a lot of close games, having to come from behind. A lot of fighting the Hokies.
In the inning here for the Aggies, Chestnut, Harrison, and Hrovac, batters 8, 9, and 1. For Virginia Tech, this is their first game at a big league park since April 23rd of 2022. As you look at Henry Cook, the Hokies catcher, he looks to be okay.
Well, I don't care if you have a mask on. I mean, you better have a mask on. But something hits you like that, it's going to jar you for a second.
Again, the last time the Hokies played in a big league park 4 years ago, played at Fenway against Boston College. One ball and 2 strikes. Great look at Globe Life Field here. Had a really good showing, especially on the Aggie side, although Virginia Tech fans have also turned out this weekend. But Coach really told us that you're going to be seeing a lot of maroon in the stands this weekend. And I mean, in this game, yeah, he's seeing it on both sides.
Both sides, Mississippi State.
Yeah.
There's a lot in town.
A swing and a miss, and Renfroe strikes out Chestnut. That's his 3rd strikeout of the game. 1 down to the 3rd. Talked about Virginia Tech's last time to a big league park for the Aggies. Well, they've been here before a couple of years ago. Wins over Arizona State, beat the Sun Devils twice, also took down USC. Pitching had 35 strikeouts that weekend. And that was the final year for both the Sun Devils and Trojans in the Pac-12. Now Arizona State in the Big 12 and USC in the Big 10. Bear Harrison batting for the first time. Nobody on and 1 away. That ball is hit well to center field. Hughes going back to the warning track, makes the catch for the 2nd out.
I know Bear lives up to his name, 6'3", but you got to be a big boy, bigger boy to hit one that into center field. We saw Gasparino hit one out there for UCLA in the game earlier, but that's a lot of park out there. This park plays really large and has a big outfield with a lot of nooks and crannies.
Of all the positions, Bear's the most fitting for a catcher.
It is.
Bear's not a shortstop.
Well, you can't be 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah, right.
You got to be big and burly.
Yes. Grovac swing and a miss, strike one.
Not that there aren't any Bears that are 5'9" out there, but I've seen Bears that are really big.
It wouldn't be as intimidating, I guess. Grovac 0 for 1 with a fly out. And facing Renfroe for the second time. Can't check his swing. It is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And that's low. These two programs, by the way, have never met before. This is the first ever meeting between Virginia Tech and Texas A&M. Hokies have also never played Mississippi State, and they'll check that off their to-do list tomorrow when they take on the Bulldogs. They have played Tennessee several times before. That ball hit towards left center field, heading towards a gap, and another great catch made in the outfield, this time by Nick Licurdo for Virginia Tech.
Had to run a pretty good distance for this one out in left center. Licurdo all the way stretched out, grabs it, ends the inning. What a catch, and presents the ball in the end. Little snow cone.
Possible Missions and their dedicated Amegy business banker work together to put the us in business banking by sharing the same values both in the office and out in the community. Now it's your turn with your own dedicated Amegy business banker with banking experience in your industry. Because you're more than a customer, we're more than a bank, and together we'll help put your business on solid financial footing with comprehensive financing options, earned interest on your accounts, and yes, by being a true community partner. Here we collaborate. Here you grow.
There's a big deal going on at Whataburger, like the new Big Ranch Wrap, a crispy chicken strip, buttermilk ranch, cheese, and fresh veggies in a warm tortilla. Or go bigger with 5 premium Whata chicken bites. Or go bigger than big with our Bacon Cheese Whataburger Jr. with fresh 100% beef and melty cheese. Make it even bigger with fries and a drink for a little more. Now that's a big deal. The Whata deal, now at Whataburger. Download the app.
Every shot starts with belief. Something extraordinary can happen. Shriners Children's provides hope, healing, and the chance to dream big. They never allow the ability to pay to compromise the care children receive. Shriners Children's empowers the extraordinary, and you can too. Join me in supporting this life-changing cause and help provide the most amazing care anywhere.
And welcome back to Globe Life Field. We head to the 4th inning, 1-0 Texas A&M over Virginia Tech. Brent Freeman alongside Greg Swindell. And now joining us in the booth, the best-looking guy in the booth, Sean Decker, the president of Rev Entertainment, joining us up here from Globe Life. And Sean, always great to have you. We've had the chance to visit with you over the years for these opening weekend tournaments, the first 3 weekends of college baseball here at Globe Life. Tell us what it means to be hosting these events every year.
Oh gosh, this is unbelievable. What an incredible start. I was just asking the team here because I don't actually do any work, but between the Ranger staff and the Rev staff, you know, we've had 115,000 fans over the last 3 weeks at our 5 tournaments, and the whole staff said they wish they were playing another one next weekend. So it's an unbelievable start to the year. We're so thankful for you guys and Flo and all of our partners for all that they do.
How many different types of events are put on here? I mean, I see bull riding, I see concerts, all kind of things.
Yeah, we like to find an excuse to turn the lights on if the Rangers aren't playing here and around the country. You know, we're really proud of the soccer stadium that we work with in Mansfield, Texas. That'll open in May. We're thrilled. Yeah, we head into the Arlington Grand Prix in 2 weeks from today. We'll be racing and then doing qualifying. So super excited about that. Then not too long behind that, we roll into the rodeo in May. We've got the Big 12 Championship out in Surprise, Arizona for baseball. So a number of big concerts. We just announced the Eagles this week. week. Bruno Mars in April, so lots to go.
Bruno?
Yeah, should be great.
How does one get a ticket to Bruno?
Yeah, we sold out 2 nights in a row, and frankly, if his schedule was available, I think we could have sold 3 or 4.
Oh, I believe it. I'm a big Bruno Mars fan. And Zach Brown. They're going to be here, too, for the Rangers.
Zach Brown's for the Tex Gala. The Tex Gala will be spectacular. Should be a great night.
Well, Sean, I'm amazed. You know, I think about this ballpark, and it opened during the middle of the pandemic. I think the first ever event was a high school graduation that summer. And then the Major League season does start, but with no fans. Fans aren't let into the ballpark, I think, until maybe the postseason when Globe Life was kind of that one center location where teams would play a postseason series and ultimately the World Series. But since all of that, there have been Big 12 tournament games, these opening weekend games for college baseball. You did host the World Series for a non-Texas Ranger series that featured the Rays and the Dodgers, all the concerts and rodeos. This is all in about 5-6 years time now.
Yeah.
How quick has this all come together?
No, it's incredible. I mean, I'd like to make it clear that we did get the right World Series team in 2023 in this building.
Yes, you did. Yes.
So we did rectify that. But no, I mean, listen, this building has made a lot of people look a lot smarter. We've got an unbelievable asset. Our partnership with the city of Arlington, so many great partners, our ownership group, and the commitment to build this facility. This time of year, to tell these teams they're going to come here, they're going to play 3 games, they're not going to worry about weather. Although I do hope we get to play with the roof open this week. We haven't done that yet, so stay tuned for that. But I think we got a shot tomorrow. We've been incredibly lucky. We got a ton of smart people that have worked really hard, and literally it's just with an attitude of working backwards from yes. We didn't have high school graduations on the radar when we started this, and then because of COVID and an opportunity that the student athletes needed, and we wanted to use the building, we did 60 of them and have done a lot of them ever since.
And how about how long it took for the Rangers just to get the new stadium?
Yeah.
To come in and win a World Series and host it and then win one themselves.
Unbelievable.
I was born in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
And then raised in Houston, so now both my Texas teams have World Series.
Well, we're not that interested about the guys in Houston, but but no, no question. What a special experience, and not just the new stadium, right? It's the first World Championship in more than 50 years here. So it definitely, life is better when you win, as we all know.
There's a walk for Luderman, and it'll extend the inning here for Virginia Tech and bring up Nick Licurdo with a man on and 2 outs. So, Sean, you mentioned the potential of the roof opening. What is the process that goes beyond that in terms of making the decision and making it happen?
Well, it's a little more than you think. I mean, frankly, the number one is it's not just one person pushing a button. You need the person to push the button for sure, but you also need 9 guys up on the roof making sure it's opening appropriately. So I think for us, you got to get the staffing here. You got to do that. And then there's obviously a ton of metrics. Tomorrow's supposed to be an amazing day. So for us, you got to look at weather. Somebody smarter than me would break this down more intelligently. I know dew point is a big factor in how we do it. So a lot of times during the year, people will say, hey, it's great. It's going to be less than 90. Why aren't you playing with the roof open? It could be because there's so much humidity in the air that it'll actually kind of create this humidity factor where it almost could rain in the building when you open it. Wind is a huge factor. You can't move the roof when you have high winds. So a lot goes into opening it. But as you know, I hope we get the opportunity to do it tomorrow, because the place is spectacular with the roof open. It feels like that's the way it was intended to be when you can make it happen.
Well, you got to have it, as you said, with the humidity, the heat. I mean, a rainstorm could happen like in a minute up here. So how long does it take to open and close if you had to get it closed in a hurry?
Yeah, well, to your point, we don't have a tarp here, right? All we have is a roof. So best case for us, we tell everybody that we can do it in 15 minutes or less. We've done it in less. It's not a race when you have that much steel and that much weight you're trying to move. You want to do it in the right way. But generally speaking, it's less than 15 minutes to open. Opening day a few years ago, we wanted to play open. A rainstorm popped up. We had to close it mid-game, so that's not uncommon either.
Well, Sean, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your insight into Globe Life and everything that Rev Entertainment does to put on this event, all the events, certainly supporting the great sport of college baseball.
Yeah, no, thank you guys. This is a massive deal for us, and we know how hard you guys work and so many people work to make this a world-class experience for the fans, for the student athletes, the teams, the universities. It means a lot to us, and we really appreciate you guys.
Sean, thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
You got it. So Virginia Tech got something going here in the 4th inning. A 2-out walk to Luderman, then Licurdo with a base hit. Runners in the corners, 2 outs, and a mound visit here for the Aggies.
Now, would you know it, the first walk of the year puts Cedillo in a little trouble here with 2 outs and runners on the corners.
You look at the numbers so far for Cedillo, 3 2/3, has struck out 4. Pitch count is at 50. And the mound visit broken up. And now Cedillo will go to work against Sam Gates. Facing him for the second time. Struck him out swinging back into second. And takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Gates squaring around and takes another strike. Harrison Bluff throwing to seconds as Licurdo will take it without a throw. Now for the Hokies, no force outs at second base.
Holding him on, so it will be a stolen base, but they weren't even going to attempt to throw to second base. Worried about the hitter here, 0-2.
And the pitch, a swing and a miss. Got him on the slider. Gates down swinging for the second time. And the Hokies strand 2. And that tying run for Virginia Tech stranded at third. Heading into the bottom of the 4th. Still 1-0 Texas A&M.
Bowman Engineering and Consulting and their dedicated Amegy business banker worked together to put the us in business banking, which included the occasional lunch meeting. Now it's your turn with your own dedicated Amegy business banker with banking experience in your industry, because you're more than a customer, we're more than a bank, and together we'll help put your business on solid financial footing with comprehensive financing options, earned interest on your accounts, and yes, planning sessions whenever you need them. Here we collaborate. Here you grow. Naylor Industries and their dedicated Amegy business banker work together to put the us in business banking, focusing on their business needs with lightning speed. Now it's your turn with your own dedicated Amegy business banker with banking experience in your industry, because you're more than a customer, we're more than a bank, and together we'll help put your business on solid financial footing with comprehensive financing options, earned interest on your accounts, and yes, a banking partner who is just as invested in your growth as you are. Here we collaborate. Here you grow.
1-0 Texas A&M on top, a very talented Aggies team. And 3 players featured in the lineup tonight. Chris Hakopian, Caden Sorrell, and Gavin Gerhovac, of course, the latter 2 injured last season. And Hakopian in his first year at Texas A&M, so none of the 3 had an impact for this program last year. All off to good starts this season. And Sorrell leads off the 4th inning for the Aggies. Hakopian homered back in the 1st inning, driving in the game's only run, and those 3, in fact, at the top of the order for Michael Ehrlich.
The only hit on the board for the Aggies, the home run by Hakopian. Credit that to Renfro, throwing the ball really well in his 2 starts prior. First start of the year only threw 28 pitches in 2 innings. 54 last start in 3 innings.
In the case of Sorrell, limited to 26 games last year in what was an injury-shortened campaign. But even in 26 games, he hit 12 home runs and drove in 32. That ball laced to left at a base hit for Sorrell. Starts the Aggie 4th. And that's the second hit of the game for Texas A&M.
A little slight shift on Sorrell right there, but he drove that ball to left. If he plays straight up, it's going to go in the hole.
And here was the Hacopian homer back in the first inning off of Brett Renfroe. His first homer as an Aggie. And that bomb, the only run of the game tonight.
You can see the swinging down on that ball, really got some backspin on it. The ball carried 425 feet.
Takes a strike from Renfroe. The Hokies starter, 3 innings so far. 47 pitches thrown, 3 strikeouts and a walk. Fouled away, and the count runs to 0-2. Earlier in the day, we were talking about the great programs here and some of the legendary players that have come out of the programs to go on to have remarkable big league careers. Talking about UCLA, Jackie Robinson, of course, a former Bruin. Well, for Virginia Tech, one of their former players has his jersey retired here in Arlington. Donnie Oats, former manager for the Texas Rangers, played at Virginia Tech. A 1968 graduate of the university. Went on to play and manage in the big leagues. And for the Rangers, he was the 96 AL Manager of the Year. As that's rolled foul, and the count remains 0-2.
Gone too early. And if you look around the ballpark, you can see the measurements on the fence. Center field 407, 7 for Pudge. We got 334. That's, I believe, for a guy named Ryan.
Yeah,
and right field 326. I believe that's in honor of Donnie Oats.
It is. You know, Oates was the manager for the Rangers, feels like longer, but officially 6 seasons. But his impact was everlasting, it feels like.
Just shows you the type of man, type of manager that he was.
Swing and a foul tip strike into the mid, secured by Cook. And Hacopian down on strikes. 4th punch out for Renfroe.
Really big out right there for Renfroe. Into the 4th inning out, 3 1/3 will be his season high. Hasn't thrown too many innings or pitches. Big out right in the heart of this lineup for the Aggies.
And there's that Donnie Oats, number 26. And well, you heard Greg mention it, gone too soon, passed away in 2004. And 20 years ago, Virginia Tech, in his honor, now bestows the Donnie Oats Memorial Award annually to the player who best exemplifies the traits that Johnny was known for, that being a tremendous teammate and friend.
When you can pass down that kind of, just, I guess, legend as Donnie Oats at Virginia Tech, and they start doing things like that in your honor. I mean, that means a lot, I know, for the family and for the university.
1-1 strike to Dewar. Got robbed of a base hit back in the 1st inning. If you recall, Tracy Hughes made a great diving catch, and then it was Licurdo's turn in the 3rd. Outfield defense has been great for Virginia Tech so far in the game, helping keep this a 1-0 Aggie lead. Runner takes off, and the pitch fouled back for strike 2.
Yeah, sometimes as a pitcher, you see those balls come off the bat, and you're like, oh, what base do I need to go back up? And then you see your outfielders out there giving efforts like that and catching the baseball. Both, I believe, ended the inning. The thing could be a lot different in this ball game without the outfield defensive play.
That ball hammered deep to right, and the park's going to hold it. To the warning track it goes. Oh, and Dewar did not miss that by much. A high fly, but didn't get enough, and that's a long 2nd out.
Yeah, from from our vantage point, I thought that was 10 rows up, but got out there, didn't go very far, just got underneath it.
Well, you can't say the wind knocked it back.
Nope.
Well, I think Dewar thought so too off the bat. But instead, it's an out, and it brings up Pardita. And grounds one to the left side. Coming over from short, Daniel, throw to first, and Group can't dig it out. And over to third goes Sorrell.
Daniel had to go to his right, tried to come in and get on the big hop, got the short hop, throwing it on the run. Got in on Pardita. Throw just in the dirt. Could have been scooped out, but pops out far enough for Sorrell to get to third base. And now the Aggies with runners on the corners with 2 outs.
And now mound moves it here for the Hokies. Doug Willey, new to the staff this year, added by Coach Szefc over the offseason. Talking with Renfro in the infield, and this meeting will be broken up by Blake Felix, our plate umpire. There you see the Hokies pin. Nobody actively throwing yet, but certainly a couple of guys getting loose. It is an infield single, by the way, for Pardita. And now Terrence Keel for Texas A&M, 2 on and 2 out. First pitch from Renfro. On the ground, right side and through for a hit. Keel delivers to the plates. Comes Sorrell. 2-0 Aggies.
We had balls shaded up the middle right here, and Keel just does a great job of taking it the other way, not doing too much. Just a ground ball that got through. Excellent effort by Ball. But the error, I think Sorrell probably would have scored on that ball anyway, but it could change the defense the way they are out there, allowing Sorrell to get to third base. Big hit from Terrence Keel.
And again, runners in the corners, and now to the plate, it's Kellner. And falls behind 0-1. So yes, Pardita did get a base hit, but they also did charge an error to the third base, or to the shortstop rather, Daniel. First error of the game for the Hokies. 2-0 Aggies. Throw almost got away from Grube at first base. There's Pardita now at third. '60th pitch of the night coming up for Brett Renfro. Off the plate, ball 1. And now Keel takes off, and he'll get to second without a throw.
Again, with 2 outs, why take a chance on the double steal right there, or throwing the ball away? Just give him that and concentrate on the hitter with 2 strikes and 2 outs.
Keller drew a walk. And his first at bat later got picked off of second. That's smothered by Cook. Run to count even to 2-2. That ball hit well to left. Licurdo makes the catch. Licurdo makes the catch just shy of the wall. And the drive from Kellner ends in out number 3. Terrence Keel, though, 2-out base hit. makes it 2-0 Texas A&M. We head to the 5th. You're watching the Amegy Bank College Baseball Series on FloCollege. We're back after this. All 3 weekends of college baseball here at Globe Life Field benefit Shriners Children's, with a portion of ticket sales going to a worthy cause that is dedicated to improving the lives of children around the world. To donate, scan the QR code on your screen or visit collegebaseballseries.com. We head to the 5th, 2-0 Texas A&M over Virginia Tech. Pete Daniel leads off the inning. High fly to right. Keel going back at the wall, makes a catch for a long out, number 1. And the last 2 batters of the plate, one for each team, have just missed going yard.
That ball carried. That ball got out there a long way, right as the wall juts out. A lot of concentration by Terrence Kill out there, because he almost ran into the 7 on the wall by the 11, but it just juts back right there, and he barely missed the corner. A lot of concentration on that one.
Right into that Kroger sign. And now the 9-hole hitter, Trayson Hughes. And the bat goes flying. Here to the camera well near the Aggies dugout. Hope everybody there is okay. Oh, that is a scary moment for those working the game.
It hit off the screen and then plopped down into the camera well. A lot of smiles, so that's good. You got a launch angle on that one? Yeah.
Goodness.
There it is. 30 exit velocity, went 45 feet.
And everybody seems to be okay, including our guy over there on the first base side. That young lady working the game as well. Meanwhile, ground ball to first, and it's handled by Gerhoback. 2 up, 2 down for Sadeo, now to the top of the Hokies order for the 3rd time tonight. So far, Virginia Tech just 3 hits in the game, and they've been scattered. One of the 1st, 3rd, and 4th. And the 1 extra base hit, the 2-out double hit by Ball in the 1st. As Grube takes a strike, it's 1-1.
Sadeo in the 4th had the 2 runners on the corners, but got out of that inning with a strikeout. It's really kind of been on cruise control, and just the 1 inning where he got in a little trouble.
Fly ball, left field, deep. Dewar, he makes a catch deep in the warning track. The Hokies, a couple of deep drives in the 5th, but not deep enough. Heading into the bottom of the 5th inning. Texas A&M on top of Virginia Tech in the first ever meeting between the Aggies and the Hokies.
Woodcraft and their dedicated Amegy business banker work together to put the us in business banking, creating a long-lasting relationship with open and quick communication. Now it's your turn with your own dedicated Amegy business banker with banking experience in your industry, because you're more than a customer. We're more than a bank, and together we'll work to help put your business on solid financial footing with comprehensive financing options, earned interest on your accounts, and yes, the support you need to reach your business goals faster. Here we collaborate. Here you grow. Possible Missions and their dedicated Amegy business banker work together to put the us in business banking by sharing the same values both in the office and out in the community. Now it's your turn with your own dedicated Amegy business banker with banking experience in your industry, because you're more than a customer. We're more than a bank, and together we'll help put your business on solid financial footing with comprehensive financing options, earned interest on your accounts, and yes, by being a true community partner. Here we collaborate. Here you grow.
A&M on top of Virginia Tech 2-0. A look at the SEC preseason poll. And this is one stacked conference. Reigning national champion LSU picked to win. Texas ranked third in the country, picked second. Mississippi State, saw them earlier today. They're picked third. And look at Texas A&M. The Aggies picked to finish fourth from last. And here they are in the top 25 and unbeaten.
I think a lot of that is from last season. Obviously, they had injuries. They played well towards the end of the season, not well enough to get into the postseason regional play, but that is not the 13th ranked team in the SEC that we've seen so far this season.
If memory serves, of that 16-team conference in that preseason poll there, I believe all but South Carolina and Missouri are ranked right now.
Yeah. Half the top 25.
Yeah. Red Renfro getting ready for his fifth inning award for Virginia Tech. 4 innings so far in the book, 63 pitches. And facing Travis Chestnut to start the fifth. And starts him off with a strike at a fastball to 94.
Velocity is still there for Renfro. It's now coming into the game with just the 5 innings and not many pitches thrown, but throwing well tonight, giving up the 2 runs. But taking your team into the 5th inning, extending themselves, they're going to have to, like we talked about, conference play starts next Friday for Virginia Tech.
Conference play starting in Atlanta against Georgia Tech. That ball headed to right, and a base hit for Chestnut. Leadoff man is on for Texas A&M with second straight inning. Yeah, the Hokies, their first 2 ACC series on the road at Georgia Tech and then at rival Virginia. The Yellow Jackets have been extremely offensive to start the year. Although they got beat early this week by Georgia State. And now Bear Harrison up at the plate for A&M. And he takes a strike. The ACC, too, is a loaded conference. Maybe not quite top to bottom the way that the SEC is, but you look at the top of the, or the SEC is, if you look at the top of the ACC, and it is extremely strong. Routinely sending teams to Omaha. Louisville was there a year ago, representing the conference. Miami of Florida had a great season last year. Florida State has traditionally been one of the top programs in the country. Clemson. And since that is Stanford, which has a ton of history in college baseball. Runner goes, throw down a second, not in time, and the throw to center. And now heading to third is Chestnut. The throw to third, not in time.
A&M continues to put the pedal to the metal. Good. There's the way a stolen base right here. Ball just gets underneath the glove, doesn't come up right there for ball. And alertly, just not able to get to third base here.
Of course, can't talk about the ACC without referencing North Carolina. Tar Heels top 10 of the country right now. Infield drawn in.
was a really good baseball conference, but it gets overlooked by the last 6 national championships, basically.
Yeah.
From the SEC.
Yeah, the last non-SEC team to win the title, Oregon State in 2018.
Been a while.
Yep. Swing and a miss. It's strike 2.
Runner on third, less than 2 outs here with no outs, looking for something that you can get in the air to the outfield or drive through the infield, but with 2 strikes, you're just looking to put the ball in play. I don't think the contact plays on with no outs here with Chestnut on third.
And the 2-2 was swing and a miss and struck him out. Strikeout number 5 for Renfroe, and the first out of the 5th.
As you come back around to the top of the order, good job by Renfroe getting that strikeout, leaving Chestnut at third base. But bad news, the next Stars and Stripe teammate, Grohovec, coming to the plate.
Grohovec 0 for 2 so far against Renfroe. Facing him for a 3rd time. You look at the infield right now for the Hokies, not fully committed to being in. Some of the players are kind of hovering around the infield grass. It's kind of halfway defense.
Yeah, Ethan Ball back a few steps on the dirt.
And Grohovec commits to that swing on the slider. And again, blocked by Cook. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's situations here where you trust that man right there to throw the ball in the dirt, get the swing and miss, and it not go to the backstop. That's a lot of trust in making a good pitch.
Boy, it looks like Grohovec fouled that off of himself.
With the guard on, that almost hit behind the guard a little bit. So that's going to hurt for a little bit.
All that protective gear has somehow found its way around Grohovec. A ball and 2 strikes. Got a good backhand by Cook. Greg, you pitched a few innings in your day.
A bit.
A bit. And boy, that guy behind the plate had to be.
Well, it is a relationship.
Yes.
Almost like, I wouldn't say your second wife, but I mean, you have to have a good relationship with your catcher and trust your catcher. You know he's going to go down, get in the dirt, block the baseball. And it led to this right here. Another strikeout and 2 outs now, and Chestnut's still on third base.
Renfroe, yeah, battling back after the base hit, and then Chestnut finding his way to third on an error throw, and out away from getting out of the jam. Keeping this a 2-0 game as Sorrell comes up and just buried that cut fastball, and Grohovec strikes out. That's number 6 now for Renfroe. Sorrell goes around.
You've seen a lot of these check swings. Obviously, you can't pick that pitch up very well out of Renfroe's hand. So Grohovec swing through one, tried to check. Sorrell doing the same thing right there.
Swing and a miss. That time came back with a fastball to 95, and it's 0-2.
Now you really trust your catcher. You got to bury this slider or the cutter, something down out of the zone. Sorrell swings the bat, likes the high pitch.
Swing and a miss. How about Brett Renfroe fired up, heading back into the Hokies dugout. Harrison, Grohovec, Sorrell down on strikes. Up to 7 in the game, and we go to the 6th. This remains 2-0 Texas A&M. Hokie bats looking to come to life after we come back. You're watching the Amegy Bank College Baseball Series on FloCollege. And welcome back to Globe Life Field. 2-0 Texas A&M over Virginia Tech heading into the 6th. Alongside Greg Swindell, I'm Brian Freeman. Brandon Bledsoe, Regional President of Amegy Bank in Fort Worth, joining us. And Brandon, thank you so much for being here. And thank you for everything that your company does in sponsoring and presenting this tremendous tournament each and every year. What does it mean for Amegy Bank to be a part of college baseball in Arlington?
Well, it's really great to be here with y'all at Flow Sports. Thank you all for being here. Welcome back to Arlington and Globe Life. And also, love to be here with you guys and be part of this game.
Now, how many years is it now?
This is our 2nd year of our sponsorship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you really bring in some really good teams to play some good baseball here during these 2 weeks.
Well, absolutely. Some of the top teams in the nation are here for this college baseball series. And these are amazing student athletes. And you guys, it just keeps getting better and better and better.
So, Brandon, again, this has been some tremendous college baseball this weekend and last as well. Opening weekend here to 3 straight weekends of college baseball in Arlington. I have to ask you, just simply how big of a fan of the game are you?
Well, shoot, I grew up with baseball, and to be here with here at Globe Life and the Amegy Bank College Baseball Series with all these kids, I feel like I'm attached to them. And especially here, you know, the largest student body in Texas is our friends here from Texas A&M. So I feel like it's a little bit of a home game, and I feel like I'm back in school. So this is a lot of fun. Yeah,
I look over there on the first base side where the Aggies dugout is, and it kind of feels like Bluebell Park number 2 over here at Globe Life Field. And we mentioned the partnerships and how great it's been for Amegy Bank and the baseball here. What about the partnership with FloCollege presenting the coverage?
Well, what we really love is just really being here with the families and small businesses. I mean, this is America's pastime. And especially at the college level, there's probably a lot of families here supporting their kids and these student athletes. And, you know, that's what our company's all about, is supporting families and businesses. And this is just a perfect fit for us.
That ball hit towards right field, and come in and make the play is Keel for the first out here in the 6th inning.
So you say you feel like with the crowd and you're back in college, did you go to Texas A&M?
I'm a Longhorn, believe it or not. Don't throw me out of the booth here. But we got other Longhorns in the crowd. But you know, this is a friendly rivalry between my old school and alma mater. But here I got to be supporting the Ags here in this game.
Of course, Texas has been to this tournament before in this ballpark a lot, going back to the time of the Big 12, playing the Big 12 tournament. My broadcast partner, Greg Swindell, of course, one of the Longhorn greats. So got 2 former Texas X's here in the booth with us. One ball, 1 strike to Ethan Ball. So, Brandon, if you can't tell us a little bit more about your role at Amegy Bank.
Yeah, exactly. What I'm really trying to do is, you know, build a culture of our bank in Tarrant County and Fort Worth, and really putting together a great team, just like Coach Early and Coach Szefc here with their players. I do the same thing with our bankers, and we're trying to deliver results for our clients and our community, and that's what I'm really empowered and charged to do, and at least on the western side of the Metroplex here in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Well, Brandon, we really appreciate all that you do in support of college baseball here in Arlington and helping put on these tournaments. Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
All right, Brandon Bledsoe, again, Regional President of Amegy Bank Fort Worth, joining us here in the broadcast booth. It's Shane Sadeo still on the mound for Texas A&M. Pitch count now over 70 for Sadeo. 5+ innings of work, and facing Ethan Ball. And Ball into the shift over the glove of Chestnut and into rights for a 1-out base hit for Virginia Tech, and Ball's 2nd hit of the game.
He just continues to hit. Ethan Ball, freshman, 2nd baseman for the Hokies. Lefty on lefty, not an easy left-hander to hit is Sadeo, and 2nd hit of the night there for Ball. Looking to get something going here, or the Hokies in the 6th.
And that'll bring up Henry Cook, over 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Fourth hit of the game now for Virginia Tech. On the ground to the left side, and the third baseman, Petita, cuts it off and throws to first. All those bouncing Kellner's way, but it was Petita's momentum carrying him to first base, allowing him to make that play, and good for the second out.
A lot easier throw there for Petita than it would be for Kellner to have to come and throw all the way back across his body. And you saw Petita, I mean, he got rid of that ball in a hurry. That ball wasn't in his glove very long. Excellent play by the freshman. You don't see two true freshmen on the left side of the infield too often playing in college baseball.
Now the Hokies DH, Hudson Luderman. We were talking a lot about, the ACC and the great programs. Virginia Tech not too far removed from a special year of their own. 2022 hosted a regional in Blacksburg and won it, going 3-0. And they were a game shy of making it to Omaha 4 seasons ago. Hosted a super against Oklahoma. Sooners wound up winning that. As that ball is shot foul. And the count 1-2.
Yeah, once you get a taste, a sniff of almost being there, just makes you want it that much more. The drive. Coach Szefc was, I believe, was coach of the year that year in the ACC. So it's there. It's just taking that next step.
There are only 2 ACC programs that have never been to Omaha. Pitt and Virginia Tech. That's the list.
And that's another impressive stat right there for the ACC. I mean, only 2. He would like to make that list just down to 1.
A ball and 2 strikes, and that's in the dirt. Blocked by Harrison. The count 2-2. Again, Coach John Szefc at Maryland for 5 seasons. Took the Terrapins to a couple of supers. Been at Virginia Tech since 2018. Would have been fighting off pitch after pitch.
You saw the pitch before, a changeup that was in to Luderman. Not sure that's where you wanted to throw that changeup, but it made that fastball really get in there. You saw a couple hammered down the line. That one got in on him. He wasn't able to put a good swing on it. See if he tries to go away with something right here.
2-2. Fouls off another.
It went to the slider, just cued it off the end of the bat.
Another one hammered to left.
And I see the point. He's got him swinging. If he can get that changeup away instead of low and in, I think he can get the swing and miss, or at least maybe a roll over to third. He's got him away or in right here.
Infield defense playing him on the pull side right now, and Luderman fouls off another one. And the Hokies dugout's loving this right now. But Greg, I'm sure again you were in that spot many a time, sitting on 2 strikes, and that hitter just will not give in.
And you don't want to give in. I mean, he's throwing his second best pitch, but that's not giving. He's trying to bury it. But Luderman, you got to tip your hat right here. He's putting a good at bat together.
That's ball 3.
That one a little slower, a little more bend to it. It could have been trying to curveball right there just to get out of the inning. But the block from Bear.
Full count pitch on the way from Sadeo, and a roller to the third baseman. Partita throw to first is on target. Trigger Hovack, and that'll end the inning. A long battle, and it's won by Shane Sadeo. He's got 6 innings in the books and no runs given up to Virginia Tech. Aggies 2, Hokies nothing on FloCollege. We're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-0 Texas A&M on top of Virginia Tech. Aggies with a run in the 1st and the 4th. Coming up in the 6th, heart of the order, led off by Chris Hakopian, then Jake Dewar and Nico Partita. And they'll face the new pitcher, Preston Crowell, into the game now for Virginia Tech. There's a look at Hakopian. Again, the transfer from Maryland.
One of the highly touted in the transfer portal.
Now, he was due to lead off.
We got a pinch hitter.
Yeah, as soon as the Hokies go to the bullpen, the Aggies, well, they go to the dugout, bring in a pinch hitter. And up at the plate now for Texas A&M is Blake Binderup. Binderup, a junior from College Station, facing off against Preston Crowell, the first reliever the night used for either team. And a count on a ball and a strike. Final numbers for Hokie starter Brett Renfro, 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, struck out 7, only the 1 walk. As Crowell pitches now.
Key number for Renfro there, talked 79 total pitches, so he keeps getting up and up. His next start will be in conference play, as you said, at Georgia Tech next weekend. So I think tonight, did a really good job against a really good hitting ball club in Texas A&M.
Binderup, a swing and a miss, evens the count at 2-2. So Hakopian, the DH, pulled for the game. And that homer for the Aggies back in the 1st inning. Fouled away. So Preston Crowell, 3rd year at Virginia Tech, has a win this season.
Opening day.
Game against William & Mary.
Went 5 innings, 3 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts. It's
off the plate, fills the count 3-2. Over 32 innings in his second year in Blacksburg last season. Sub-4 ERA across 25 appearances. Struck out 43. So good strikeout numbers last year for the Hokies. And the 3-2 pitch. Well, that's definitely ball 4. All the way to the backstop. And the leadoff man is on for Texas A&M.
Sometimes you scratch your head. 3-2, throw a breaking ball. Walk the leadoff hitter of the 6th inning here for the Aggies instead of challenging him. Good fastball. I would have gone right at him right there. You never know. Leadoff walks, they say, score 67% of the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that much, but sounds good.
It does, yeah.
It seems like they score more than that, and I'm saying that from experience.
Now Jake Dewar. And Dewar hits one the opposite way, in for a base hit. Bender up on his way to third, and Dewar to second with a double. Second and third for the Aggies, and nobody else.
Well, Dewar was robbed in the first, hit one well. In the fourth, that time didn't give him a chance to catch this ball. Down, drove it to left center, and hustled for a double right there. If he's not hustling out of the box, he's going to be out at second base. Made it a close play out there.
Two on, nobody out. Here's Partita. Ahead 1 ball to no strikes. Texas A&M coming into the game. Top 10 nationally in homers. 18. They've added 1 to that tonight on Hakopian's homer in the first. 7th in on base percentage, 8th in slugging. Held to 2 runs so far. 2-0 to Partita. And for the first time tonight, cue the ball count from the Aggie fans.
And for Corral, there's only one way to stop it, right?
Those strikes.
Those strikes. They'll let you know, though.
And with Crowell walking Partita, the bases are loaded, nobody outs. And Virginia Tech might make another change here on the mound.
Lefty warming up in the bullpen. The only lefties are in the Texas A&M lineup have already batted. Sorrell last inning, Dewar with the double this inning.
Walks to Binderup and Partita around the double from Dewar. Nobody out in the inning. And Terrence Keel coming up. Perhaps that left-hander not quite ready yet for Virginia Tech.
We'll always say it 99% of the time when a coach goes to the mound, it's going to be a fastball. Well, especially in this situation when you have to throw a strike, you got the bases loaded, nobody out. I would not doubt if you see a pretty good swing here from Kill, even though he just walked the hitter on 4 in front of him. Oh.
And there's the Bronx cheer for the Aggie fans. Keel drove in one of the 2 Aggie runs with an RBI base hit, 2 outs in the 4th inning. Eyes got to be big here with the bases loaded. This pitch fouled away for strike 2.
You got the first 2. This is the biggest one here. Get the out. Try to get an out here.
Krause 0-2. It's off the plate. Keel wouldn't chase. Runs it count to ball and 2 strikes. Keel off to a terrific start this year, hitting .483. Just off the plate. It's 2-2.
I didn't miss by much. Said too close to take, but went Keel's way right there for a ball.
The potential for a big inning looms here for Texas A&M. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In the air to right field, Gates will make the catch. Bindrup will tag, and he will score. And Keel drives in his second run of the game. And it's 3-0 now, Texas A&M.
Yeah, looking for something there. He could get in the air, get to the outfield. Deep enough to score Bender up from third, but also move the runner to third. Still in double play order here for Virginia Tech.
If you're the Hokies and you can get out of this, only giving up the 1 run.
Huge.
Feels like a minor victory right now.
Well, you had the bases loaded. You had to call talk from the pitching coach to go out there, and came back and got the hitter and only gave up 1.
Now it's Boston Kellner on 1s tonight on a walk. Came from Renfro back in the second. That rolls away from Cook and will bring in another run. Dewar scores to make it 4-0.
Just slips under the glove there of Cook. Sometimes the ball just stays down on you, and that one he just didn't have a chance. Or wait far enough for Dewar to get in. Partita get to second base. Got another runner in scoring position. Looking to add on are the Aggies.
Landing their first strike. It's 2-1 to Boston Kellner. A&M looking for a 9-0 start to the year. A healthy 4 lead of the 6. Swing at a foul tip strike. It's 2-2. Aggies playing outside of Bluebell Park for the first time this weekend. They're headed right back to College Station next week, though, for the beginning of another 5-game homestand. That ball to left off the glove of Petrich at third. Partita reaches third base. And once again, runners in the corners.
Really nice effort down there, but Petrich just unable to get a grasp on it. A little one hopper to his right, goes down to the knee, but just bounces away from him far enough and heads up play there by Partita to get to third base. Almost ran into an out.
That one will spell the end for Preston Crowell. Gives up 2 runs in the inning, and there's more traffic at the base paths as the Hokies go to the pen. Brody Rowe coming in now for Virginia Tech. 4-0 Texas A&M in the 6th. And the first-year transfer out of Kansas State into the game now for Virginia Tech. And Harris, a couple of base runners. First and third for Texas A&M. Brody Rowe in now for the Hokies. Preston Kroll really struggled in the 6th inning. Faced 5 batters, 4 of them reached. 2 have scored already, and it's now 4-0 Aggies on top.
4th appearance of the year so far for Brody Rowe. Left-hander getting out there. Got 2 big outs to get here to keep it at 4.
He was the winning pitcher against JMU earlier this week. Now Virginia Tech has made a habit of coming from behind to win games this season. Well, that said, the way the Aggies can pitch, you cannot let that lead get any further away.
So far in the young season, Texas A&M is one of the better staffs, if not the best staff in the nation right now. And you put yourself down more than 4, it'll be a long comeback tonight.
Chestnut, swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Aggie fans have the rally hats on, but they're the team ahead right now.
They want more.
A couple of walks in the inning for the Aggies. A double from Dewar, a sac fly from Keel, and an infield base hit. 2 runs already in, doubling the lead. 0-2. And it hits him to load the bases.
Exactly what you want there with 2 strikes. Load the bases back up. Get the pad on it. Tried to come in just a little too much. Aggies with a chance now to break this thing wide open.
With Bear Harrison coming up to the plate after him, it is Graho back. Harrison takes a strike. So again, Texas A&M 5-game homestand after this weekend. Starts Tuesday against Carter Word. A 3-game series next weekend against Oakland. After another midweek game, the start of SEC play in Norman. A ball and a strike from Rowe. 2-1. The annual conference series against Texas will take place in College Station, April 10th through the 12th at Bluebell Park.
I know the fans in maroon have marked that on their calendar for a couple years now.
It's going to be a hard ticket that weekend. 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. And what a start it's been for Jim Schlossnagel's team at Texas. Well, their pitching has been outstanding as well.
Yeah, I mean, probably second, and I've watched a lot of Texas games, probably second to Texas A&M, and that's coming from a Longhorn right now.
Ruger Riojas has been one of the top Friday night guys in the nation to start the year.
He's pitching well tonight. Keeping a little eye on that score down there. Ruger, he's just easy going. He's like a freak of nature, they say, but nothing rattles him. Says he has an 8-pitch arsenal. It's like, what? 8? Come on.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Partita at third, Kellner at second, Chestnut at first. After Harrison, the top of the order for the Aggies. Brody Rose, 2-2, and it's fouled back. Tomorrow, the Aggies taking on top-ranked UCLA. It'll be Weston Moss for A&M against Michael Barnett for the Bruins. Full count. Harrison at the plate. Second-year transfer from St. Mary's, initially from California, to Danville, California.
Fourth, fifth, and now the sixth. Virginia Tech just putting themselves in a hole, getting the bases loaded and then running the counts full. It's a lot of pressure on the mound and the defense. Texas A&M been taking some really good at-bats and driving the ball. Seen good outfield play by Virginia Tech. This game could be really different if just 4-0.
A lot of high leverage situations for Hokie pitching in this inning. Full count again, and that is a miss. Well, what are they saying here? Now, the scoreboard reads 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's some confusion. Our plate umpire, Blake Felix, says that was ball 3. This pitch is popped up, headed towards foul territory, and the catch not made. The ball went off a ball in foul ground. That is not a ball in play, and the runners have to go back.
Out there in no man's land. Good effort by Bald. I mean, had to run playing up the middle, playing double play depth right there. Had to run a long way, head shaking. Haven't looked up and seen a roof above their head too much, I would imagine.
Well, that was close.
That was close.
Now I'm starting to wonder on that pitch we all thought was ball 4. Did the bottom of the bat for Harrison hit the ball? Was it a foul ball?
Yeah, because there was no complaints from Texas A&M.
Not at all.
The fans are mad, but not from Michael Earl.
Now, there was no argument on behalf of the Aggies. Count remains full, 3-2. Popped him up. Shallow right field. Gates the catch, and Partita will head back to third. That was a huge second out for Rowe.
Able to get the out without a run coming in. There, Harrison upset right there. He didn't get the job done at the plate.
You're looking back at the official pitch count, and I think perhaps the scoreboard operator was quicker to trigger on another pitch. That was, in fact, ball 3.
Yeah, as we said, there was no argument, so somebody missed something somewhere.
Rowe now out of the woods here as Grohovac steps up. First pitch, he takes ball 1. Not the type of bat you keep in check for too long. 0 for 3 tonight with a strikeout. Big rip. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fly ball to right. And hooking out of play.
Not about much down there. Brody Rowe has just enough on his fastball. He's too late fouling the balls off. I mean, it's hiding it well, but a big opportunity right here. He's been trying to get the slider down and into the righties. You'd hate to do that and hit the batter. I was always staying away when I was in trouble. We'll see what happens here with Rowe.
1-2. Nearly clipped him. Pitch inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Exploded onto the scene as a freshman in 2024. The Aggies College World Series team hit 23 home runs that year, a freshman record for the program, including the first ever leadoff home run of the first game of the World Series final. 2-2, and that did hit him. Grahovac will take his base, and the Aggies will take another run.
And that's the trouble you get into when you want to throw that pitch down and in to the righty. Just a little too much. Had good movement on it into Grahovac, but just too much.
On that left knee. The base is still full, and now it's Sorrell, 9th batter of the inning. 3 runs already in. Sorrell 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts.
Two walks, 2 hit batters in the inning for the Hokies.
Really, you look, and the only truly well-hit ball was Dewar's double.
Yeah, there were a couple others, but well, Akopian hit a pretty good homer earlier.
I'm talking about this particular
inning. Yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah. That ball's hit well, left center field. Hughes on the run, not going to track it down. And that's going to bounce into the bullpen for a ground rule double. Had that stayed in the park on the bounce, would have cleared the bases. The Aggies will settle for 2 and a 7-run lead.
Let's see why he's ranked high as Caden Sorrell as the bubbles continue to flow on the first base side. Beautiful swing and drove. I mean, that's one of the deepest part of the park out there. Unfortunately for the Aggies, it hopped into the bullpen. Still have runners on second and third, but a 5 spot here in the 6th.
The game officially blown open by Texas A&M. A 5-run 6 still going here. Second and third, 2 outs, and the Aggies have batted around. Fly ball to left, and that is down for a base hit off the glove of Licurdo. Bender up to second with a 2-run double. 9-0 Texas A&M.
Licurdo playing fairly deep out there and left. Got a good break on it, but just had some downspin. Got right under the glove. A great effort. Would have been another great play by the outfield for Virginia Tech, but unable to come up with the catch. Not too far off the track out there. Just under the glove. 2 more in. 7 in the inning.
Licurdo was playing very deep when Binderup came up. Now Dewar himself doubled early in the inning. Back-to-back 2-run doubles for the Aggies. Sorrell and Binderup. To left field and another hit. Binderup around third. Dewar. 2 doubles in the 6th. And it's 10-0.
Had a chance to get out of this inning, did Virginia Tech. At bats, hit batters, a couple walks, a couple doubles by that man. How about Binderup coming off the bench to pinch hit, bats twice, walks, and drives in 2 with a double. Dewar right behind him with a second double of the inning.
8 runs in the inning, 6 scoring with 2 outs for the Aggies. They've patted out 4 doubles here in the 6th inning. And that'll spell the end for Brody Rowe. It has been an Aggie explosion here in the 6th as Virginia Tech goes to the pin. 10-0 Texas A&M, and the Aggies are still batting here in the 6th. Brody Rowe out of the game now for Virginia Tech. Only got 1 out since coming into the game. And hands the ball off now to Ben Weber. Virginia Tech still looking to end the 6th inning. 8 runs have scored for Texas A&M. And this is the 11th batter of the inning. It's Nico Partita for the 2nd time in the 6th. 8 runs for the Aggies, 6 scoring with 2 outs. They've hit 4 doubles. You know, the Aggies in the first 2 games of the Penn series last week didn't get much going offensively. A 1-0 win, a 2-1 win the night after. They'll take the victories, never mind the run scored. But since then, they've scored 42 in 2+ games.
And right now, 15 innings, 16 innings, if that.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They get Weber on the mound here for the Hokies. 4th year Division I baseball, 2 years at Air Force, 1 Xavier. Now his first year in Blacksburg. This is 60th career appearance, 4 with Virginia Tech. 2-2 pitch, hard of the plate, strike 3. Partita strikes out. But the damage, well, it was done by A&M. They score 8 in the inning. On top of Virginia Tech, 10-zip as we go to the 7th in the Amegy Bank College Baseball Series on FloCollege. And welcome back to Globe Life Field. 10-0 Texas A&M. The Aggies an 8th spot in the 6th inning. 6th of the run scoring with 2 outs.
Virginia Tech couldn't stop the bleeding there in the 6th versus the Aggies, but Shane Cedeo's night is over after 6 really good innings. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk. You don't hear that too often. First time you've heard it this year about Cedeo. It'll give way to Cole Hubert.
A freshman from Hellertown, Pennsylvania. Quite a change of scenery from him. From Hellertown to College Station. 3rd appearance as an Aggie. Did pitch in the midweek game against Lamar. Back on Tuesday. Struck out a couple of Cardinals in his 1 inning. Also pitched opening day against Tennessee Tech. And he'll face batters 6, 7, and 8 for Virginia Tech here in the 7th. Nick Licurdo, who almost made a diving catch in the 6th inning that would have limited the damage. With the Aggies putting up 8 in the 6th. Now T. Kelder had a hard time getting that ball out of his glove. And Licurdo was on to start the 7th inning for Virginia Tech.
hit out of his glove and stumbled a little bit, then couldn't get a grip on the ball. Nice hustle down the line there from Licurdo, a leadoff base runner for the Hokies.
Licurdo is on, and a pinch hitter comes up now for Virginia Tech. Anderson French is up, the sophomore from Lewisberry, Pennsylvania. Facing Hubert here in the 7th in a 10-0 game. And French takes a strike on a fastball at the knees.
Tell you how good Cedillo was. First time Virginia Tech had the leadoff runner on in this game.
French a ground ball to the right side, and Grahovac will go to first. No play at second available, and one down here in the 7th inning. Brings up another pinch hitter here for Virginia Tech in place of Pete Daniel. Now to the plate, it's Ethan Gibson. Batting with a runner on and one out in the 7th inning. And the pitch from Hubert. Miss inside, 1 ball to no strikes. Tomorrow, the Hokies will take on Mississippi State. That'll be game 2 of tomorrow's triple-header. And then Virginia Tech plays the early game on Sunday against Tennessee at 11:30. Fly ball headed towards right field. Keel near the foul line, makes a catch. And the Aggies are out away from enacting the run rule. A&M has won games this year by 9, 16, 6, 5, 1, 1, 6, and 20. On top here by 10. Grayson Hughes with 2 outs. 1 ball to no strikes. If they get this 3rd out without the run scoring, it would mark the 3rd run rule victory of the year for Texas A&M. On the ground to the right side, and that should do it. Chestnut, Grahovac, and the Aggies still unbeaten. Texas A&M, a run rule victory over the Hokies to improve to 9-0 in the year.
Well, you can see why. I mean, you got great starting pitching from Shane Cedillo. Took advantage of some hit batters and walks in that 6th inning where they pushed across 8 runs, but also in between those hits and walks had 4 doubles. And just really driving the ball. Started seeing the ball better in that 6th inning and able to put up 8 in the run ruling 10-0 on 10 hits. Didn't make an error, played clean defense tonight, did the Aggies.
You know, Greg, I know Texas A&M got really offensive in that 6th inning, but our player of the game is Shane Cedillo, the Aggie starter's 6 innings of scoreless baseball for Texas A&M.
Yeah, you can see how he's highly touted. Is Shane Cedillo did not pitch last season. Did not pitch at all, and now he's the Friday night pitcher for the Aggies. You saw the slider, good controlling the fastball, occasional changeup, but didn't have to do much. Just moved the ball around, was in control. Just ran into a little bit of trouble when he had 1st and 3rd in one of the innings, but able to get out of that. But another well-pitched started game and well-pitched game for Texas A&M. And on the other side, the 10 runs on 10 hits for the Aggies. Kind of got it all working on all cylinders right now.
So the winning teams today, Mississippi State, UCLA, Texas A&M. The SEC goes 2-1 today. And again, a triple-header is on deck tomorrow. Virginia Tech will take on Mississippi State in game 2 of the day. The late game tomorrow between UCLA and Texas A&M. Arizona State and Tennessee get the day started 11 a.m. first pitch here from Globe Life Field. All 3 games available live here on FloCollege. Myself, Ty Harrington, Ben Wilson, Greg Swindell, all the calls for the games for tomorrow and through Sunday. And still, a couple of the teams this weekend unbeaten on the year. These Aggies and Mississippi State, the Bulldogs, also out of the SEC. And they'll be the ones taking on Virginia Tech tomorrow. And as we await the arrival of Shane Stadeo with Harper Zimmerman, we'll step aside. More post-game coverage coming up from Globe Life. The Aggies are going to win tonight over Virginia Tech. And welcome back to Globe Life Field. Final game of the day ends with a run rule victory for Texas A&M, their 3rd run rule win of the year, as they beat Virginia Tech 10-0 in what was the first ever meeting between the Aggies and the Hokies. The schedule tomorrow, another triple-header, starts at 11 a.m. Central. Number 20, Tennessee, looking for a bounce back. The Vols got beat earlier today by UCLA. They take on Arizona State. The Sun Devils, after their hot start of the year, they've dropped back-to-back games. 4th-ranked Mississippi State winners over Arizona State earlier today. They play Virginia Tech tomorrow in the first ever meeting between those 2 programs. And the nightcap, these Aggies taking on number 1 ranked UCLA. The pitching matchup, Weston Moss for the Aggies, Michael Barnett for the Bruins. Should be a great one tomorrow. As now we go down to the field, Harper Zimmerman visiting with our player of the game, Shane Stadeo.
You handled 6 innings with ease tonight, giving up 0 runs. You had 5 strikeouts and only 1 walk. What was working for the mound on the mound for you tonight?
I mean, I just had my compete. If I had to kind of sum this up, I was a little bland tonight, but I really enjoyed the way I handled myself on the mound and what I had out there, and I did it really well.
You seemed very composed tonight. At what point did you settle into a rhythm?
I would say after the first inning, I kind of settled in. I got used to the mound a little bit, and I got used to the sights back there, and settled in and really dialed it back in.
The Aggies came out in folds tonight. What does it mean to have such a loyal fan base come here?
I mean, it means the world. I mean, the 12th man is unmatched, and no one else is going to beat them ever in this world.
Congratulations. Have a great weekend.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Harper. And congratulations to Shane Stadeo, our player of the game. That's going to wrap up Day one of the weekend for the Amegy Bank College Baseball Series. Winners today, Mississippi State, UCLA, and Texas A&M. And another triple-header on deck tomorrow. It all starts with the Sun Devils and the Volunteers right here on FloCollege starting at 11 a.m. Our broadcast partner Greg Swindell and our producer back in the studios, Browning Stubbs. I'm Brent Freeman. Saying once again the final score in 7 innings. Texas A&M 10, Virginia Tech nothing. You've been watching the Amegy Bank College Baseball Series live on FloCollege.